No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Fournette running right. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, Minshew got his man. It's Eifert. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Texans' 12-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check the recon, 132 fighter. Smith. Shoot.
On 2nd down, Minshew looking end zone, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hey, 2. Now.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. They'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
That's good for another Jacksonville.
On the double.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Look at me, zipper.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, yeah. Check. Hey, Haywood.
Now Minshew. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun is Minshew. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyler Eifert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Hustle.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And an alley to run. And now look at him go. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Minshew sets to throw. And Eifert has it. 23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Check 50. Check 50. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Kill.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to right side here with Fournette. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
I'm coming back.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
I know he ain't got it. 41's the mark. 41's the mark. Check 41. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. Yep.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Yeah, you better. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And this one complete to Smith. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, Delta. 51. Watch QB drop.
On first down, Locke. He's got Smith here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Pick your game up. Watch the safety creep.
Block now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Sharks got it left side. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, Armstead. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Raquel Armstead, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd and 12, Locke. Got an open man. It's QT. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
That's good for a Texans first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
They run with Pumphrey. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. Go out.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
30 base. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, Get.
On second down and 4. Locke is going to find his running back. It's complete. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the...
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Lock now on 3rd and goal. His pass caught with the 4. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Throwing on first down is Minshew. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A pass there complete to Westbrook, and he goes out right around the 39.
It's a gain of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
X3, 218, chopper.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Welcome back now here in London. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Look at me, zipper.
A big spot now for the rookie Locke. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Locked to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Ready to break. Hey, Charlie. Yeah.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the third time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Look, squeeze. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hard. Slam.
And the blitz does come. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
44's Mike. Check. Two jet bomber. Hey, stand up. Tight dog.
A handoff to start out the drive. It's Pumphrey. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Peterson a first down and more. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
80 weapons.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lock. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Donnell Pumphrey. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. To throw is Locke. It's caught. Smith. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
With that impact, I fully expected the ball to pop free. I still remember an old defensive back friend of mine. He used to say, guess what? Even if they catch the ball, make sure they...
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
Ready up.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Double dog, that's the way.
Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Jaguars, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until Week 11. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.